It's part of the game. It's sometimes unfortunate, sometimes fortunate. It's getting a little chippy.
Yeah, it is. Right now. And good evening, everyone. John Russell along with Dylan Darga here. As we do apologize for getting on a little bit late here. Had some difficulties there with the weather and all of that. We have 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in this first quarter. Unfortunately for Muskegon, Iowa scored the first goal at the 8:38 mark, Diego Pantuza. And right now, Muskegon Risers trail Iowa by the score of 1-0.
That's been a good first quarter here, though.
Early in the Muskegon actually carried a run of the play, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, they've got, 5 shots on net already?
And now here's a kick out, comes out front now, and it's cleared out there, almost cleared out. Battle for it. That is Crane getting his foot into it. And this is going to be number 2. That's going to be Cesar Ayala. Here comes the Demon Hawks back.
Actually, not a bad foul there from Iowa. Stop the play. Muskegon was looking to transition pretty quick there, and they had it too.
6:30 left here in this first quarter. 1-0. The Demon Hawks lead the Muskegon Risers. Here's a kick by Crawford. It's going to go up in the netting there. These two teams met last week. Muskegon made the trip to Iowa, did not fare too well. They lost to the Demon Hawks, and then they also lost to the Raptors. So they're 0-2 in the Northern Division of the M2 League. Meanwhile, Demon Hawks are 2-0, and they're in the catbird seat right now.
You can see why. They stay pretty organized. They're pretty quick off the ball.
And this is Freitas with it. Diego Freitas works it over right side, and now they're going to kick it back and reset. Howie Salgado gets, Michael Schmidt gets his foot onto it, knocks it out of bounds. So it'll be Iowa's ball. Ooh, kick off the glass. Neat thing about indoor soccer is you work the boards in the glass, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a big geometry game. You think back a 9th, 10th grade year of high school and finding those angles, it's there. It's almost like an extra player on the field if you can take advantage of it.
James Dutcher with it. He's a veteran from last year. Muskegon has a few of those guys back. Coco Flores was leading the league when he went out with it injured. Speaking of Flores, he puts one right on goal, and a nice save there by their goaltender, House. Here comes another shot. Oh, he launched that. Oh.
That's that one that comes to you, and you just look at it, and you know exactly what you want to do with it, and you can't. But
Coco Flores, 2 shots, 2 opportunities there, but one was a save by Rainier House. He's the leading goaltender in the league. Of course, so you might well imagine you're 2-0, 2 wins, right? That'll get your stats going.
Gotta love the pressure that Muskegon's putting on, though. I mean, they're not backing out. They're not putting 5 people behind the ball. They are looking to go.
Demon Hawks with the ball now. This is number 12. That's Maicon Corneo. Corneo works it back to Muriel Cerulli. Cerulli has it. Now they're going to kick it back and go to set. This is Nascimento with it. He's going to dump it into the Muskegon zone.
Uh-oh.
A little
nice bicycle
kick, yeah, by number 18. That was Almeida. Works it over right side. And now they get it over there. Oh, nice header there by number 3. That's Henry Spies. Spies back from last year's semifinal finisher in the Indoor Soccer League. Lost a tough battle to Cleveland.
That was a great game, too.
Yeah, I think it was 9-7, and Muskegon was actually leading by 2 goals with 9 minutes left, and just a heartbreaking loss for them. But, boy, what a year they had.
Absolutely. Yeah, to see this stadium packed like it was for that game, and it was something unbelievable.
John Russell, Dylan Darga, and Bill Mann and Matt Tarquette. Oh, nice shot on save there by Aiden Hanchett here for CatchMark SportsNet. That was rude. Didn't even get all of our guys introduced, right? Here comes Brendan Texler. He gets it back. We've got 4 minutes and 7 seconds left in this first quarter. 1-0, Iowa with the lead. Iowa coming back now. This is Freitas. They're going to reset things here. Gets it up to Lucas Melauguez. Back to number 66, Geraldo Oliveira.
Oh, what a great feed.
And now,
way to break it up, though.
Good play there by the Muskegon Risers. 3:40 first quarter, 1-0. Iowa Demon Hawks leading the Muskegon Risers.
If Aleo doesn't get that ball there, I don't think good things are going to happen on the other end.
Right. Demon Hawks with the ball now. This is number 22. That is Pantuza with it. He's got the goal, only goal of the game so far. Kicks it back to Cirilli. Out in front. Look out here. That is going to be Almeida. Over corner. And now Iowa getting the brunt of the play. Now it comes back. This is going to be Kyle Crane. Crane now trying to break, but getting back defensively there is number 22. That is Pantuza. Back come the Demon Hawks. All the way up in the front zone to the Muskegon zone to Almeida. And now they're going to kick it back. 2:57 left first quarter.
It's kind of where Iowa's got their first goal from, is that quick transition forward, and trying to pick up marks for Muskegon was pretty tough, but they've settled in pretty nice.
Anchit comes out, kicks that up, and now they try to get it into the Iowa zone, but right there to intercept the pass is Pantuza. Got the old horns there.
The Vuvuzelas.
Vuvuzelas, yeah. My dad used to love those because he would always be in front of the kids that had those at baseball games.
Right in the ear.
Yeah. And kids have got all kinds of stamina, that's for sure, right? They got more stamina than you got eardrum, right?
Absolutely.
And here comes Iowa back, a little reverse kick, and it gets over right side kick from the right. Oh, that was number 12. That was Caneo trying to get a pass over the right side. They just could not make a connection. Here comes Crawford. Bringing the ball up, kicks it into the Iowa zone. Back come the Demon Hawks, working it over right side now. Here we go. And kicks it down. And cleared out of there by Muskegon.
They are so patient with the ball, Iowa is. As you can see, Muskegon's just kind of, when they win the ball back, they're not looking to build up quite yet. They're going to have to get that here to kind of preserve some legs, because they're coming right back at them.
Understand, I was talking with Matt Schmidt, CEO of the Risers there. And at least as things change so fast, that but at one time they had, I think, 4 or 5 players that are really destined for the higher league, but due to some red tape snafus, they're right now in Iowa. So Muskegon hanging with a top gun team right now. Oh, nice block there by number 18. That was Robbie Johnston.
I don't know.
He got away with he didn't get away with it. They're going to call a foul on him.
It looked like there was a lot of ball there.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you want to see, but maybe the ref saw it the other way. But regardless, they're going to be a free kick here for Iowa.
58.5 seconds left in this one. And it looks like it's going to be Freitas, Diego Freitas, on either the kick or the pass.
Got somebody open on the right side and the left side. Looks like Muskegon's just going to try to block a lane here, see if he has a direct kick. And
Picks it right, goes back left, down into the corner. And now Muskegon trying to control it. I believe that's Dutcher.
Oh, yeah, that was well defended by Muskegon.
So Dutcher gets it out of their zone. And now we are down to, 49 seconds left here in this first quarter. Iowa leading 1-0 over the Muskegon Risers. And they kick it down in the Muskegon zone. Over right side is number 22, that is Crane, working it off the boards. Now battling for it's Muskegon's Robbie Johnson. Gets it back out. And here comes, with 26 seconds left, a rush for Iowa, but stolen away. Back with it is Ariano. That is Daniel Ariano. Stolen away and back
3v2.
Yeah. Here comes Freitas. Works it left side, kicks in right behind the goaltender, but fortunately there was the boards were behind him, not the net. Going to try for another shot here, kicks it all in. Time's going to run out, so 1 quarter in the books here at the Trinity Health Arena, and the Iowa Demon Hawks lead the Muskegon Risers by the score of 1-0. You're watching M2 Soccer here on CatchMark SportsNet. Thanks for coming along here. Got in a little bit late because of the weather and had some situations here, but looks like we're all set to go. Bill Mann, Matt Tarquette, and Dylan Darga playing a little short-handed. Appreciate Dylan coming in with his knowledge, a soccer coach and everything. So even though we lost my partner due to some severe illness, Dylan's able to come in here and really add a lot to the broadcast. We do appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, thanks for having me. This is a lot of fun.
Well, your thoughts here on this this first quarter. As we said, Muskegon really actually in the first, I'm going to say, maybe the first 4 minutes carried really the play, put on a lot of pressure. But veteran teams do what veteran teams do, and they don't panic and they hang in there. I'm talking of Iowa, of course.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it is, too. Muskegon came out and, hey, we're not afraid of anybody. We're at home. This is where we belong. They had many opportunities in that first 4 or 5 minutes. If they cash one of those in, I think you've got to be pleased, though, if you're Coach Vollmer right now with 1-0 with the opportunities that they had. And, they stayed composed defensively. That Iowa team is a pretty good team, and you saw it there first. They are looking to have that extra pass and build out from the back. And, it was a fun 15 minutes there.
Yeah. The M2 League is the next tier from the MASL, the Major Arena Soccer League, as Muskegon affiliated with a team called the Milwaukee Wave, so they kind of transfer some players back and forth if maybe the Milwaukee roster gets a little top heavy and they find out that they have some players that aren't getting enough time to come down here to work out. Meanwhile, I believe the affiliate for Iowa is the St. Louis team, so much the same situation. You're one step away from the big leagues, and I know some of the risers from last year was looking up on the Milwaukee site, and Colin O'Keefe is having a nice year up there, so good for him, right?
Yeah, it's always good to see that, and that's kind of what you want to see in some of these farm teams is, these guys advancing and playing in those roles, and and again, you get a good product here too. It's not like this is anything less quality. This is high-level soccer and high-level arena soccer.
And the rosters are definitely fluid in terms of, well, you never know what's going to happen. I understand I think I heard through the grapevines that the Iowa team had a traveling situation coming here. Yeah. Of course, here in Muskegon, we're getting we're under a winter weather advisory, getting lake effect snow. They're talking the whole weekend about a foot of snow will fall. It's been falling at about 3 or 4 inch increments, so it is nasty out there. In fact, one of our crew took a dive into the ditch there, and it was one of the reasons we were a little bit late getting on here. So thankfully, all set, and we were able to get everything back here. But yeah, old man Winters reared its ugly head.
White Christmas, I'm thinking, over here.
Oh man, there's no way it's not going to be now, is there? This is the snow that's going to stay. Every year you can tell, you get that first snow, and it's going to melt. This is the base snow.
Unfortunate for my leaves that are under them that I didn't get up, but that's my own doing, I guess.
Are you a skier or anything like that? Are you a
a little bit of snowboarding, but I think I'd probably advise it after my 3 knee surgeries. I haven't done much since.
With age comes wisdom, right?
Yes.
All right, Muskegon with the ball here to start the second quarter. This is going to be Aldoni Mendez, Guatemala product. For Muskegon, kicks it back out to number 22. That is Pantuza. As we said, the lone goal of the game. Works it over left side, kick off the boards. Hanchik's thought about getting out for it, but it got a little bit too far out, and he retreated back to the net.
You can always tell a veteran goalkeeper in this league is when they see those angles off those boards like that, and it's something that he probably could have got, but I don't know how long he's been in the net to see this.
Right. I think of the roaming goalies, too. Remember, Cleveland had Musa last year.
Yeah.
Man, he was almost an extra attacker sometimes.
Yep. And you've got to have good footwork.
This is going to be, goal by number 10. That's Lucas Valdez. scores for the for Iowa at the 14:05 mark.
Just another bad turnover there. Again, I feel kind of bad for Muskegon right now. It's not because of effort or anything like that. It's they've had a couple mistakes, but you can't leave somebody open like that in the middle and expect good things to happen.
So the Iowa Demon Hawks leading this one 2-0. Muskegon trying to get something going. Brandon Edwards, he's having a heck of a year so far. 3 goals on the season for him.
I think he's second in the leader for the league.
Had that big goal last year, I think, in that semifinal game.
Yeah, I can still see him getting out of the box there and running that ball down and scoring. Yeah, that was awesome.
That was back when it looked like the miracle might happen.
Yep.
Huh? And now the ball kicked over here to the left side. Iowa player having a little trouble flagging it down there, else he would have had a great shot. This is going to be, I believe that's Freitas with it, being watched closely by Alayo. The ball stolen away, and here comes Cesar Alayo. Works it, tried to get it over left side to Crane, but intercepted by Iowa. Here comes Dutcher, James Dutcher. Gets it over to Brandon Edwards, or tries to, led him a little bit too far. Brandon battling for it, and now it's kicked down in the corner. Goaltender House comes all the way out and kicks it out of trouble momentarily. This is Freitas, so work it back to the defensive zone and reset.
Again, still pretty composed by Muskegon. It looked like a good opportunity to transition there and get to the net, but give credit to Iowa.
Yeah. This is Iowa with the ball again, trying to get that set. 12:31 left here in this first half. John Russell along with Dylan Darga here on CatchMark SportsNet. Great to have you along. And this is going to be Alayo, first-year Riser player. Back to the goaltender, Hanchett. That's Aiden Hanchett. Hails from Lansing, Michigan, not that far away. And Schmidt kicks it, but it's blocked there. And now Iowa will try to reset in their zone again. Here comes House. House bringing it, kicks it, dumps it down into the Muskegon zone. And Schmidt, that's not Schmidt, but it was Schmidt, wasn't it?
No, it's 18.
That's Robbie Johnson. That's right. Thank you. Here comes Cirilli. They got a man in the open. That is going to be a goal, wide open shot, and another goal for the Iowa Demons.
Is that 22 Hawks again?
I was trying to see if that, trying to get a number on him. I think you're right. Like I said, they got numbers plastered all over their uniforms except for, let's see. Almost got a beat on it. Well, it's going to be at the 11:34 mark. Oh, it's number 31, wasn't it?
31.
Freitas. So Freitas scores a goal for Iowa. Second period here with 11:34 left in this first half.
Gosh, it just seems like the more and more that Muskegon gets stretched out, those lanes and those opportunities for those 1v1s that the Demon Hawks are getting, they're just exploiting them. When Muskegon's been best is when they stayed compact and they've worked together. All 5 players on the field have worked together and got up the field. And when they kind of got separated in thirds, your defensive third, your middle third, and your attacking third, that's what's happening. And good teams will piece you apart like that.
Michael Vollmer, the coach for the Muskegon Risers, got baptism by fire last year in the semifinal game. His first game, he was a goaltender for the Risers and got promoted to coach. And he stayed right there and come back for this year here, knows the league. And right now he's trying to figure out how to get his team back here into this one. Trailing 3-0 on the Muskegon Risers as Iowa has come out to play here.
There is a lot of time left in this game. And this is a fun sport where a 3-goal lead is not considered safe by any means. So plenty of time.
You can get a lot of goals in a relatively short amount of time in indoor soccer, that's for sure. Muskegon will have the ball here, trying to get something going. They dump it down into the Iowa zone. This is going to be Flores coming out as House, and House kicks it away.
What a beautiful turn by Flores there.
Taylor Pill had it for a minute, gets it back to Hanchin and goalie. Kicks it back behind the back's Flores. Flores gets it to Dutcher in the attack zone. Dutcher trying to stay in control, gets it back to Flores. Coco Flores with it, two-time, has it stolen away there by Pentuza. Pentuza with one goal this afternoon, one of the three. Pentuza, Malaguez, and Freitas scoring for Iowa. Here comes House, and he's just going to dump it down. Actually, a little bit more than that. He's got an attacker down there over in the right corner. I believe that's going to be Corneo. Nope, that's not Corneo. That is Almeida. And a little contortion action there. This is Freitas. One goal on the evening. Diego Freitas gets it over to number 3. That is Cirilli, and able to handle it nicely there was the goaltender Aiden Hanchett.
This line switch here for Muskegon.
It doesn't take long to get gassed in indoor soccer, does it?
No.
And now we had a collision, and a foul is going to be called on, it looks like, Iowa.
That's a good draw by Beebe there.
Well, Freitas has not been pleased. He was a player that went down for an extended amount of time and finally had to cure himself. The official wasn't going to give him time.
No.
And he said, well, fine, and I'll just walk off. And now the official and Freitas having another conversation. Might be something to watch a little later on, huh?
Yeah, let's see what Muskegon can draw up here. This is a good opportunity. You know, this is something that I'm sure that they practice throughout the week, and these set pieces. Let's see what happens.
Eldoni Mendez with it, gets it to Crawford. Oh, blocked nicely by Freitas. Comes over to Brandon Edwards. Edwards working in the corner, trying to get it out front. Off of Dutcher. House has it for Iowa. Going to clear it, going to actually just roll it over to his left side. We've got 9:51 left here in this first half, 3-0. It's been all Iowa so far. Iowa undefeated on the young season, North Division leaders. Back comes Muskegon now. This is Flores. Flores kicks right on him. What a great save there by House. Rebound shot, score! Too many shots for House to handle there. That is going to be Cesar Aileo. A goal, that's going to be his second goal of the season, number 2. And he gets Muskegon on the board with 9:38 left in this second quarter.
Yeah, that all started with Coco there getting that ball about midfield and hitting that strike. And, you know, the keeper had trouble with it. And, you know, when that happens and you've got a 3v2, you got to crash the net, and exactly what he did. And great finish there, great composure.
So Muskegon on the boards there. Coco with an assist on that one. Yeah, it's tough to fault House there. I mean, he's made the great save on Flores, but you can't be every place all the time, right? And now here comes Muskegon. With the ball now is Johnson. Johnson in the corner. Dutcher battling for it, and he has it right in the mid pitch here. Gets it over to Eldoni Mendez. Mendez, boy, he's saying I'm being mugged and no call.
They're going to let him play, it looks like. I don't mind that.
Pentuza all over him. And now here comes Crawford. Moses Crawford. He's got a goal on the season. Gets it to Crane. Crane eventually, he's a perfect example. Guy who was signed by Milwaukee. Come down here, get some more playing time.
He's a big guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's going to be a tough matchup for anybody that's going against him today.
Header by Loss is going to hit the boards, and Muskegon stays in control. This is going to be Crane, works it over to the right side. Now back in the Muskegon zone. We've got 8:30 left here in this first half. 3-1, Iowa with the lead. It's Cody Loss.
I really feel like Muskegon's kind of flipped it now this last 2 minutes.
Yeah, the momentum's kind of shifted. It was about time, I guess, if you're a Muskegon fan, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to be falling down 4-0. Schmidt battling for it in the corner. And is he going to be able to win that battle? Man, he and number 4, that is Cowie Salgado, going at it. Comes back now to number 13, that's Ariano. He loses it, and back comes Iowa. Getting back defensively is Cody Loss. Oh, nice slew foot move there by the Iowa player. Oh, coming right off the bench is, I believe that was number 10. That would be Malaguez. Already has one goal tonight. And now we have a pull down, and that's going to be a foul. It's going to be hard to get away with that one. Number 14, Taylor Pill.
It's how fast the sport is, though. You get right off that bench, and all of a sudden you're asked to take a shot, and that's, kind of what you got to expect.
So foul on Pill there, so it'll be a free kick for Iowa with 7:39 left. And that's Freitas. Gets it over to Nascimento. Shot right on.
Nice save.
And a nice save there by Hanchuk. Here comes Muskegon.
Well, if you go quick, it's a 2v1.
Coco with it. Coco Flores working right side. He makes things happen. Shot right on. And that is House with the save. And then he heaves it into the, tried to heave it into the Muskegon zone, but it's going to go out of bounds. So Muskegon will have the ball.
Timeout here.
Media timeout here. Give us an opportunity to talk a little bit about the crowd here. Nice crowd here for a really miserable night.
Yeah, it's not nice outside. I've shoveled twice.
Apartment living for me. Yeah. I say that to others. That's one of the advantages.
Oh, 100%.
Muskegon will hit the road again. They're going to go right back to Iowa next weekend to play again the Raptors and the Demon Hawks. So the way the league is structured, until you get even more teams involved and it kind of irons itself out, you really get kind of a front-loaded schedule. We mentioned Rochester has not played a game yet, and they'll be here on the 6th of January. I think that's going to be the next home game.
Okay.
They'll be here the 6th and the 7th, so they'll stay in town and play, I believe it's a Friday and Saturday set. But now, think about that. You're not playing a game until January 6th. Meanwhile, the league, the rest of the division has played, 2, 3, maybe 4 games?
Yeah, by the time, if you're saying they have to go to Iowa next week, that's 5 games that they're going to have under their belt before even Rochester gets a chance to play. So I got to imagine that bodes well for all of these teams playing. But I know that the Rochester team has played, they've been in this league for a while. So.
Yeah. We were talking, and we'll talk probably more at halftime about it, a little bit about just the me being kind of a newbie to soccer after all the years calling football and basketball. I just assumed that the rinks were all kind of uniform, but that is about as far from the case as.
No, it's
and that's obviously a factor, isn't it, Dylan?
Yeah, absolutely. You look back or look at here at the Trinity Health Arena. This is a massive arena to play 5v5 on the field with, and you want to talk about short shifts, just like in hockey. This is exactly it, and. A lot of these teams are, even our Risers, they're practicing on a field that is, probably a quarter less in the size. And, to simulate something like this, because they don't set this up till last night, it's hard. And then to have an Iowa team to come in and see this for the first time, I can imagine it takes them a long time to get their legs under them, too.
And ball kicked out of bounds. Yeah, we talked about kind of the strategy session a little bit, or whatever you want to call it is. You got to think that Muskegon, not that the other teams aren't well conditioned, but you got to think that Muskegon has the advantage playing in a big house like this.
Yeah.
That the other team coming in, if they play in a smaller place, maybe run out of gas a little bit later on.
Yeah, especially Muskegon with so many people that have returned and played here before.
Right.
They know what to expect. They know what their kind of level of fitness they need to have, how long their shift needs to be, and when to go out.
That's what Coco Flores had the angle. Actually getting out to cut off that angle was a goaltender House.
Yeah, that's his 4th shot on net already. That's awesome.
House up to the task, has only let one go by, and that was after the initial block by Flores on a blistering shot. Came over left side, and then Cesar Alayo was able to bang it in from the left side. This is Flores working it down in the corner to Eldoni Mendez. His brother played here last year.
Yeah. The
as
Mendez
well.
brothers.
Yeah. And here comes Journo. And Journo goes down, and they're going to call a foul.
I'd be just as upset if I was Dutcher there.
Yeah, Dutcher's going to get the foul as Pedro Journo went down. Now he's going to come off the field, off the pitch. 6:35 left here.
There you go.
Yeah, get the old soccer lingo down here a little bit, right? Now, reverse kick by Ricardo Diagasas. Now, this guy is leading the league 11 points in just, a couple of games. He's got 4 goals, 7 assists.
Wow.
So he's getting it done here.
Those are big-time numbers.
This is Muskegon with the ball. This is Crane right at midfield there. Gets it over right side now to number 13. That is Ariono. Ariono all the way back into his zone with 6:05 left. Iowa up 3-1.
Oh, he had. Who's that running down?
Cody Loss coming back. Going down was number 13. That was Ariano. No call. He wanted one. And now there's a kick inside. Ooh, another push down. No call. And some great defense out front by Iowa. House was ready to make a block. Didn't have to. He went down, but his defense came through with the rescue. That was Crane trying to get a shot on that. Here's another block out front. My goodness. That is, I believe that is Cornell playing some tough defense there. Number 12, I think that's who that is.
It's tough to read that ball come off the boards there.
Muskegon trying to set up here. 5:19 left. They trail 3-1. Over in the corner, this is Dutcher. A little slew foot move there. Now he's going to kick it behind him, but it's intercepted. And here we got a break. All the way down now is Iowa on the break shot and a score. Oh, that came off a great defensive play there by Iowa, and that's going to put the lead up to 4-1 as Iowa scores with 5:05 left here in this first half, second quarter. It's going to be
11.
11, I think it is. You're right. That's going to be. We just talked about him. Ricardo Diagas has a goal.
A pretty bad turnover there that led to that goal. He tried to heel flick that back and kind of in no man's land, and it was a tough break there for Muskegon, but that was pretty great composed finish by the Demon Hawks there.
So the 5th goal on the season by Diagas. And now Muskegon, Schmidt with it in the corner. Well, that takes the starch out of you a little bit if you're Muskegon.
Yeah.
You battle back to get it 3-1, and then Iowa able to move it up 4-1 with 4:42 left in the half.
If you could get 1 or 2 before half here, I think you feel good for if you're Muskegon.
Muskegon in the attack zone. Push down, no call. And now off the boards, it's going to go out of bounds. Going to be Iowa's ball. Looks like Pantuzzo put it into play. Scoring goals for Iowa, Pantuzza, Malaguez, Freitas, and Diagas. Lone singleton for Muskegon was Cesar Alayo.
So he's got to call that one.
and now the Bruno Almeida makes his displeasure known. Got to have thick skin to be an official, huh?
Yeah. It's a thankless job, but we need them, right?
Yeah. Kick down in the corner.
I think they've done a pretty good job so far.
Flores working it over to Alayo. He's got the lone Muskegon goal. 4 minutes, they'll reset. Cody Loss with it. Back in the defensive zone. Gets it over to Coco Flores. Coco dumps it down, header, and back out to Dutcher. Dutcher over to Flores. Dutcher and Flores worked well last year.
Yes, they did.
Gets it back to Loss.
They get a little bit more movement up top here for Muskegon. A lot of stagnant bodies. There we go.
Good to see Coco coming back from that devastating knee injury. Zietlow had one as well, and he still is not back. Still going through some rehab, so we wish him the best. This is Dutcher. Down in the corner, that's Brandon Edwards. Oh, and he's pushed down, and now they are going to get a foul call. For 28, that is going to be a foul on Merlos. Merlos kind of gave a sheepish grin there, like, really? 4-1, Iowa with the lead. 3:27 left here in this first half. Crawford works over right side to Flores. Flores back to Crawford. Dutcher has it in the corner. Brings it back out. Flores kicks it a little high.
Bad idea.
To Mendez. Aldoni puts it, and it
Yes.
went off the board and then came back, and actually House put it in himself, but Aldoni Mendez will get the goal.
Mendez knew what he was doing there.
Right.
Sometimes you just toss that ball in there, and just like hockey, just see what happens.
You play the boards. So it is now 4-2 as Mendez has the goal for the Muskegon Risers.
That's great going 3 minutes left to halftime, and you get another one, and you start believing that this is going to turn around.
I remember in hockey, the Red Wings, when they played at the Joe, they talked about Steve Yzerman knowing how the puck was going to come off of every angle of the board. And you wonder if Muskegon, they have that to a certain extent, but maybe not, because like you say, they practice in a different arena because they have to share this arena with a hockey team. So, you don't get a chance to know all the nuances of the arena.
Right, but
This is Muskegon. This is Crane over the head, and oh my goodness, again coming out of nowhere was number 12, Carneo, Micron Carnero, and he's been playing some fantastic defense, blocking shots, and he saved a goal there. There's a kick out front, knocked down by Journo.
Hey, you think about that goal and came off the boards like that, and you look at Mendez, who was here playing here last winter for a long time, one of the key players, and it was him. He knows this arena.
Sure. And this is going to be number 13, Ariano. Right side, gets it out front to Crane. Oh, Crane has it blocked again. That may still have been Carneo, who is playing some fantastic defense out there. And now, just heaving it into the attack zone is the goaltender House. Shot over and a score! My goodness, from a weird angle. And that is going to be, I believe that's number 8, is it not?
11.
11? Oh,
again.
Okay. That's going to be Diagos. I was going to say, where has he been most of the game, but he's made his presence felt here in this second half. So Diagos with his second goal of the evening at the 149, with 149 left in the first half.
Weird angle too. Weird angle on that goal, but sometimes, like you said, the last one was the same thing. So you put it in there and see what happens. And
well, give Iowa credit. They're really not letting Muskegon feel good about themselves. Muskegon battling back, gets a goal, cuts the lead,
there's an answer to everything that they're throwing at them. That's what good teams will do.
So now, that is going to be the 6th goal of the season for Diagos. 6 goals in 3 games? Not too bad.
No.
Comes Maida, and here's Iowa on the attack again. Nice slide save there by Mendez with 1:29 left. Brandon Edwards, Muskegon's leading scorer on the season, gets it to Mendez. Mendez goes down, works it over in the corner. Gets it back to Edwards. Edwards shoots and knocked away there by the goaltender House. Rainier House. Back comes Iowa. Muskegon getting back defensively. And now a shot off the glass. Iowa stays in control, coming up on just 1 minute left. Shot corner off the boards. And Dutcher there for Muskegon.
Yeah, if you're Muskegon here, you cannot let another goal go in.
With the ball now is number 4. That is Cowie Salgado. And, trying to steal it there was Henry Spees, but couldn't quite get there in time. 42 seconds left in the first half. 5-2. Iowa with the lead. Right side now, number 28.
Loss.
That's going to be Merlos. Gets it. And now we have a collision between Merlos and Loss. And a shot. And one over to the right side. Nanchet sprawling out that way. Here comes Mendez down to 20 seconds left. Up to Coco. Shoots. Flores missed it. And now this is Spees. Spees trying to get it down the corner. Coming all the way out to goaltender House. And it's going to go out of play with 10 seconds left in this first half.
That was a great shield by Coco there. Nice rip off the boards, but with 10 seconds left, I'd look to go quick here.
Fast-paced game here at Trinity Health Arena. This is Coco Flores working over right side. Down to 3 seconds, down to 2 seconds. A shot in the corner, and that's where this first half is going to come to an end as Hanchett picks it up. And no further play. So we're at halftime with Iowa leading 5-2 here in the M2 Indoor Soccer League. John Russell along with Dylan Darga, Bill Mann playing, gutting this one out, less than 100%. Blues got him down too, and Matt Tarquette. I want to thank him as he, this sounds like a mash unit in and of itself. We had a crew member had to go back get some equipment. He was in a car accident, right? Fortunately, Jesse, we understand is all right. Car may not be, but he was fine, and cars can be replaced.
Yes,
people
absolutely.
can't. So, best wishes to you, Jesse. But that got Matt Tarquette to pick up the equipment, come over here. So we were a few minutes, all things considered, not too bad.
Not bad at
I think
all.
we only lost maybe about 4 minutes of the game, but so our apologies for that. But considering the calamity we were in. So, meanwhile, Dylan and I got a chance to renew acquaintances. Worked with you a couple of times last year, and then you filled in for me. I had an obligation with, at that time I was doing some college basketball games,
right.
and you and Cal did that. And that's how how you got indoctrinated into into CatchMark soccer here. Of course, longtime area coach over at Mona Shores, coaching girls, right?
Coaching the girls at Mona Shores.
So you were boys and girls coach for a while. What?
I coached the boys at Fruitport. I've coached at Sparta for a little bit when I was in college, and coaching's a passion. I love it. It's selfless. It's teaching. It's more or less getting kids and building relationships, and the wins and losses and all that kind of stuff is kind of second to everything else.
Right. Well, now, are you from the Muskegon area?
Yeah, so I grew up in Fruitport. I was at the kind of Spring Lake, Nunica areas where my parents live, and went to Fruitport High School and played 4 sports there and kicked for the football team, and played soccer, basketball, and tennis, and it was great.
Well, then you had to play soccer for the great one there. Then,
yeah,
huh?
Ken Ernie.
Yeah,
big shout out to Ken. And
boy, we certainly wish him the best. He went into the Muskegon Area Sports Hall of Fame, much deserved. He's kind of like the Christopher Columbus of soccer in the Muskegon area. He kind of came over.
One of those pioneer guys.
Yeah, exactly. And battling ALS, I believe, and boy, he's given it a battle.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what you expect with Coach Ernie, and you guys did a great tribute to him and that video that you made, and if you ever get a chance to talk to Coach Ernie, that's 100% who he is. He's about other people. He's about people in general, and anything that he can do to make your life better, even at the hardest time in his life, he's going to do that. And I attribute a lot. I think of my parents as being a great influence in my life, and then after that, it's Coach Ernie.
Right. What now? You went to college, obviously. Did you play collegiate soccer?
I had a long story about that. I played club soccer at MCC. They didn't have a team. Then I went to transfer to Grand Valley and played intramurals and stuff. And then coming out of college in 2010 with a teaching degree, there was 200 plus applicants for every job. And
right.
So I kind of had to do subbing and get my foot in the door. And Ben Ritzma actually reached out. So at the age of 26, I went and played at MCC, went back to MCC with my bachelor's degree. I ended up getting hired in at Muskegon Public Schools, and I've been there ever since teaching. But yeah, I was teaching full-time, playing soccer collegiately at the JUCO level, and then taking 12 college credits. It was a crazy time.
Yeah. Aside from that, what did you do in your vast amounts of spare time? Slept a little bit, right?
Slept, yeah.
Well, and speaking of college, they have had a great relationship with the Risers here. A lot of the players come right out of the college ranks here, and they put in their time over here in Muskegon. And I may be a little bit behind. I think you're more updated on the Muskegon soccer situation now. They have a different coach, right? A new coach. Am I right in that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Brent Kowalski stepped down after I think he was there for 4 or 5 years and brought that team into the playoffs and the National JUCO tournament. They fell just short this year, but they had another great season. And you're getting kids from the area. You're getting kids from a lot like what Jeff Lohman's doing with the girls there is, they're doing it with local talent, and that's kind of what you want to see from your community college that you have is kids going there. A lot of them are on the Muskegon Promise, which they're getting free education for 2 years. And,
sure.
Somebody that didn't have that, and still paying those student loans, it's such a valuable thing going forward. You have Cody Loss, who played MC, Brandon Edwards, Michael Schmidt. In fact, Michael Schmidt was a teammate of mine.
Yeah.
So, you've got kids on this roster, too, that have or not only went to a school in Muskegon, they went to the community college in Muskegon to play soccer, and now kind of full circle they're playing, professional soccer here in the indoor setting. So it's pretty cool to see.
It's interesting to watch really the Riser story from the beginning to where they have arrived now. I was in radio for most of my career, and I had Matt Schmidt on our sports talk show one day, and he was talking about this kind of pipe dream of he was a Reese Puffer kid, went and walked on at University of Michigan. Talk about that, huh? Did walked on, played some there, came back and obviously had the passion for soccer, and he wanted to put a team. At that time it was an outdoor team, looking for an outdoor team, and the plans were they maybe were going to build a soccer field in downtown Muskegon. Again, thinking outdoors instead of indoors, and I really kind of watched them from that day on. And then the first recruits that they had, they were able to really get out and use the colleges like Hope, Aquinas, places like that. A lot of those players kind of came over and filled in that first year. And they wound up working out with I believe it was Muskegon Community College was their, or not Muskegon. I'm sorry, Muskegon Catholic Central was their home field. So he kind of pieced and patched some things together, and then lo and behold, an opportunity came for the arena to open up and get into the indoor business, and they still stay with the outdoor team as well. So double duty there. I mean, so kudos to Matt. I talked about you having to find a few hours to sleep in the middle of the night. I mean, that's a guy that never sleeps.
Never sleeps.
Always thinking soccer. Always just thinking about how he can improve on what they have. And boy, if this isn't a testament to where he's been in since he had that dream, I don't know, probably going on a decade ago now.
Yeah, and you look at the stadium here and kind of what the transformation that it's made, but you also look at the people that invested into that, like people like Matt Schmidt that had this idea of of indoor soccer.
Right.
What a cool thing. And I remember when this thing first started and they'd have these makeshift goals that were actually extended out onto the field versus the ones that sat in, because the ones that sat in, they cost X amount of money. And starting off, you don't have those kind of funds. But, how this has blossomed and kind of this is a big soccer area, West Michigan is, and this encompasses all of that. You see kids and parents and grandparents of all ages here watching, and it's December 17th right now, and snowstorm outside, and people are coming in and enjoying a nice night of soccer.
Yeah, just getting the kids involved in it. I know one thing we learned last year was our first association with it as far as broadcasting with CatchMark, and one thing that the Risers did when Coach Ritzman was here, and certainly is carried over with Coach Vollmer, is being very active in the community.
Yep.
And it's self-serving to a certain extent, because you're starting to get the kids, right? You're starting to get them when they're young. They buy into it. They're excited about it. And, that's like kind of like planting seed. And then they're gonna come back, stay with it, hopefully, bring their kids someday, and you've built yourself a fan base.
Absolutely. Yeah, you look around and you see all the jerseys, the youth jersey night tonight, and all the communities that are represented across West Michigan that are here and watching this. And,
right.
That's great to see.
Certainly is that. And we talked about the league a little bit. You and I were talking before we went on here. I had an opportunity to talk with Matt a little bit, had breakfast with him, and just kind of getting his vision of where this is all going. And the league has changed again. Last year they had that rivalry with Cleveland and a couple of the other teams there, Chicago, and things like that. And so you start thinking, okay, things have shifted. And he kind of explained it this way. He says, I'm very happy with this league. He says, what they're trying to really do is be smart about it. get teams in here that are in for the right reasons. First of all, have a decent facility.
Yep.
They're really trying to get to arenas like this being the standard, and not so much just throw a ball out onto any kind of a pitch out there and play. So they're trying to do that, and they're also trying to have like arenas that are within a whole, walking distance or certainly a short driving distance to a motel or a hotel. So obviously you can accommodate the folks, the players and the fans too that will come down. So it's part of a long-term vision. And that's a long way of saying, when you look at the flux of the league a little bit and see it's a little bit different, you look and they say, there's only 4 teams in this northern division. What's going to happen? Well, Matt says there's I don't know how many. He said it was a goodly amount of people that are trying to apply, and again, but they have to kind of pass muster with from the league standpoint. Okay, what kind of facility you're going to have? What's what's your front office going to look like? How committed are your players? Are your coaches? Are you? So, I mean, they're doing things the right way. Sometimes progress doesn't happen quite as fast as we would like it, but I think if you build it slow and steady, you build a really good foundation that's really something that can last.
Yeah, I mean, look at downtown Muskegon right now. You've got 2 restaurants connected to this arena, family friendly. You can go one block or the other, find your hotel, find another restaurant to eat at, there's a place right now across the street that's got duck pin bowling, family, arcades, it is a great venue, and if you can replicate this in a different area and have people come, it's more of when you buy a house, it's not just buying a house, it's an experience now. Like you get invited to these mailing lists, and that's what you're trying to provide for this. And I think Matt's done a wonderful job of showing off this city in this area.
Yeah, I mean, this arena is actually as old as I am. I mean, it was built the same year I was born, and I was a rink rat back then. They had the old Muskegon Mohawks, a pro hockey team, and then later the Lumberjacks, and now they have the Lumberjacks, but they're more of the kid league a little bit, the developmental league for the pros. But spent many a Saturday night here watching it, and just the difference in what they've done with this arena in terms of building it. As you said, you got the 2 restaurants here. They got the concession stands. There's not a bad seat in the house.
No.
And hey, you're going to go up and get a hot dog and a big orange drink. Well, you're not. In days past, it's like you'd hear the crowd start cheering. Oh man, what did I miss? Now you're up there. You just turn around and see what's going on.
There.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, they're doing a lot of things really neat in this downtown area, and the Risers kind of a part of all of that in the kind of the rebirth of downtown Muskegon. So good on everybody that's been involved in all of that.
I've heard the stories of the old arena back in the day. It used to, I've seen pictures of it being completely packed, and
5,000. They used to hold 5,000 people. Yeah,
that'd have been something cool to see.
Yeah, at one time this seated 5,000, and on a raucous Saturday night, you had 5,000 people in here. And back then, I'm old enough to remember the original 6 hockey teams. So you had to figure. There's no doubt. In fact, some players that played back here in those days went to the pros, and certainly then the World Hockey League came in, and a lot of those guys went, so there was more job opportunities and things like that. But my point being, originally, Muskegon, when they first started out, were a farm system for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, think of that. That's like being the farm system of the New York Yankees. You're stockpiling players, so you've got talented players that have nowhere to go. Well, where did they come? They came here, and they wound up playing 10, 15 years because they were they were landlocked here.
Yep.
But in the meantime, they fell in love with the area. They usually married local girls.
Yep.
And
imagine how that works.
Yeah. So yeah, it was really and it was neat to see the same guys kind of coming back. Not unlike what the Risers have. You got the Coco Flores is coming back, and you could see where that could turn into a merchandising opportunity and get your own little fan club. And we see the signs like that for Cody Lawson, the local guys. So you get a chance to kind of identify with the players, and I'm sure all the cities have that as well, and that's very important as well.
Yeah.
Well, we got what do we have? About a minute before we start the second half here. Kind of doing a little bit of a scoring summary here. Iowa leading this one by the score of 5-2. 8:38 mark of the first quarter. Diego Pantuza scored a goal for Iowa to put them up 1-0. And then Lucas Maliguez scored a goal in the second period with 14:05 left in the second period. And then Freitas scored for Iowa. That's Diego Freitas at the 11:34 mark of the second period. And things looking bleak at that time for Muskegon. They're down 3-0. It's looking like, man, this is going to be not pretty. And then Muskegon's Cesar Aleo at the 9:38 mark of that second period scored a goal, and it was 3-1. And Risers.
Rewind selector.
What Muskegon's going to have to do, and maybe what Coach Vollmer a little bit.
I think he's got to stay the course of what they've been doing. You look at the first 4 minutes of that first quarter, and they came out with energy. They came out impressed. They came out together as a unit with 5. It's when Muskegon has been separated and played in almost all 3/3 of the field is when they've had trouble. I thought shots were about equal, and the first half, so we'll see what happens here.
All right. This is goaltender Reniero House, kicking it down out of bounds. the girl said, "I'm not going to give it back." She's kind of kidding about it, but
souvenir.
Yeah, souvenir for 15 seconds maybe. So Muskegon will put it into play in their own zone. And now we have a battle for it. This is going to be Dutcher. Dutcher trying to kick it out, but it's saved there by Iowa. Ooh, pushed down. There's Brandon Edwards. No call. Brandon said, "Did you see that?" Official said, "I saw nothing." Here comes Dutcher. Working it up, trying to get it to Loss.
Great
Loss
shield.
now. We have an injured Iowa player still on the pitch there. That's the number 66 who's down. That's Oliveira. And back comes Dutcher. Oliveira finally gets up, but he is, he's going to stay out there. I thought he was going to make his way to the bench. Here comes Cody Loss, works it over. Right side to number 13, that's Ariano. Kicking it back to Crawford. Moses Crawford back in the Muskegon zone. Just underway here, third quarter, 5-2. Iowa with the lead over the Risers. Moses kicks it down, and now it's taken away by Iowa. This is Freitas. Freitas had a big part of the action here this evening. Gets it to Nascimento, who clears it.
A lot of contact there.
Got a change there. It looked like Iowa maybe got caught in a line change there and had to get everybody in position. Kicks it down in the Muskegon zone. And now a kick over to the corner. Going for it is, nice save there by Hanchett. And that was a nice shot there by Pantuza going and making a bid for a second goal. Man, that's way up here. Hey, we almost got a soccer ball. I've never seen it. I mean, we are up here.
Now that keeper came out big time there.
Yeah. So it's going to be Muskegon's ball. Looks like Moses Crawford will take it. Gets it back to Aleo, who's had a goal for Muskegon. Over in the corner to Crane. Crane, a wide body down there, kicks it off the boards, gets it back. Crane shoots, it's blocked there by Journo. And they kick it back into the Muskegon zone.
Good. Oh, I was going to say that was a good ball. Good idea.
What kind of Vollmer, like I said, you know him a little bit. Is he a fiery guy? Is he going to give those big, paint-peeling halftime speeches?
Yeah, he can get like that, absolutely. Yeah, I've spent much time being his teammate, just playing, soccer, open soccer, and playing against him. And he definitely has a fiery side to him, but he's a great coach, great person. He's going to get these guys ready.
Here comes Freitas now for Iowa. Kicks it down. Oh, a little behind the back kick there, and it goes right on goal to Hanchett. You know, Hanchett, despite 5 goals, has not played a bad game.
No, he's done everything he needed to do.
He's been peppered with some pretty thankless opportunities. I mean, usually maybe a turnover or something like that. He hasn't really let in.
No, I wouldn't say that anything that he did or didn't do was his fault.
Right.
So.
And House has played obviously equally as well on the other end. Down over in the corner now, Muskegon trying to get an attack going here. This is going to be Edwards. Edwards, Muskegon's leading scorer coming into tonight. 3 goals on the season. Little slew foot action there by Dutcher. Gets it back to Edwards.
He faked me out up here.
And now that is Mendez getting it back to Edwards. Kicks it down in the corner. Battling for it down there now. Gets it to Edwards. Edwards kicked around by House. And it comes out to number 14. That is going to be Pill. Pill, a member of the Milwaukee Waves, who came down here to get some more playing time. This is Dutcher over in the corner. Gets it to Mendez. Mendez tries to work it down to Flores, who couldn't quite make the connection.
So this is where I think Muskegon needs to stay compact. Yeah, win the ball back, keep it here. It's when they've been at their best.
Mendez now works it back, and now he's going to have to leave the pitch as Brandon Edwards has it. Now he's going to got a line change coming for Muskegon. Kicks it down in the corner. This is Spees trying to flag it down there. Kicks it. Oh, didn't quite have the angle he needed. Boy, that'd been something if you could have had a guy out in front there, huh?
Yep. No, that was the right idea.
Uh-oh, here comes Iowa. Got a 2-on-1 if they hurry, but it's not going to. Getting back nicely there was the number 14 Pill to play defense. And there's a kick high into the netting. So it'll be Muskegon's ball with 10:21 left here in the third quarter. 5-2, Iowa Demon Hawks with the lead here at Trinity Health Arena on a snowy night in West Michigan.
It seems like Muskegon, again, is staying compact. They're working together. They're moving as a unit, and it's exactly what they need to do to stay successful.
Cody Loss over in the corner, header by Iowa, and now coming back for it is Pantuza. Leaves it over here for Nascimento. Nascimento dives it down, coming all the way out to Hanchett, and he kicks it out off one of his players, and it comes out to Aleo. To Crawford, back to Aleo. Muskegon trying to get something going here. Kicks it over in the corner, and this is going to be Crane. Crane and House comes out to try to clear it out. Does a good job. Gets it to Pantuzo, and back comes Iowa. This is going to be number 12. That's the guy that's been playing all kinds of defense. Macone Canero. Or Carnero, I believe is pronunciation. And there's the kick, and that's going to stay inbounds. I thought it was going to ride the rail. It did ride the rail, actually.
Uh-oh.
And now here we have Iowa in the attack zone again. And, nice block there by Cody Loss. Playing some defense, and Loss gets involved again. Here's a shot. Oh, man, Journo made a bid.
What a save.
Yeah, nice save by Hanchett. That was headed towards the left corner there, and Hanchett able to sprawl out and make a save. Comes Iowa keeping the pressure on now. Cornell works it down, and now they're going to reset here with 8:51 left.
Not a lot of stoppages in this quarter, has there been?
No, there really hasn't.
It's been pretty fluid.
Oliveira with the ball for Iowa. Iowa now realizing that they're up 5-2, realize they don't have to be in a hurry here.
They don't have to press the issue here, that's for sure.
Clock is on their side.
The same respect too, though, that Muskegon's staying pretty organized. They're not falling for it. You can see the two guys up at the post here are staying compact. There we go.
Now kick back into the bench of Iowa. So we got 8:06 left. So if you're Muskegon, there's you got a quarter and a half left. not a, you got some time, but at the same token, there's got to be a bit of a sense of urgency, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Again, we got 8 minutes left still, but if this runs down to 5-2 and we're at a minute still, it's going to be a bit of a trouble there.
Kick high off the glass. This is Dutcher battling for it. Tries to clear it. Gets it to Flores, and Flores loses it back to Freitas. Freitas gets it over to Pantuza. Goaltender coming all the way out. Little behind the back kick to Pantuza. Pantuza's going to kick it back into his own zone, and then he's going to leave. Dumping it down. It's out in front, and Hanchett will come out, and he'll just kick it over to Dutcher. Down in the right corner. This is Flores off the boards, runs around. Here's Mendoza tried to knock it in. Almost kind of a carbon copy of their play. And there it is. Oh, my goodness. How did House make that save?
What a save.
Man, that was Florida. Now back comes, and there's a goal. Holy smokes. That's how quick things can turn for in this game. You go from an excellent scoring opportunity from Flores over to Eldani Mendez, and a great save there by House, and then it comes all the way down. That leads to a break and a goal by Iowa's
11.
No, thank you. Number 11. Is that going to be? That's going to be Diagas again. That's his third goal. A 3-goal hat trick for Ricardo Diagas. Man.
And you just said it. Is you go from possible goal and you're down 2 to that transition out in probably 5 seconds, and the ball's in the back of the net the other way.
That just takes the wind out of your sails. Credit, first of all, House. We talked about him being the league leading goalie and obviously showing why he is.
That was an incredible save. I would love to see a replay of that. It was like that cat-like reflex and sticking his paw out there and knocked it loose. And by the time you blink, it's back on the other way.
So take us into the huddle with Coach Vollmer right now. What's all of a sudden you're down 6-2. What's he got to?
Like it said, the Demon Hawks have played so organized, and when they get out in transition, they look to go. It seems like what happens is Muskegon, that they're getting good looks, they're getting up, they're getting good opportunities, but they need to make sure that when they don't have the ball, they transition back and get people behind the ball, because just what happened there is, maybe we sat and admired that shot or that amazing save that they had, and it seems like this Demon Hawks team they're all on the same page. It's like a well-oiled machine. They know where the runs are going to be. They know where their teammates going to be. That takes a long time, and Muskegon's showing signs of that, but they got out in transition and put that goal back in. But you just got to stay the course, as you just saw. That 5 seconds was a matter of scoring a goal or getting one back in Nanya. So,
and I guess if you're the Demon Hawks, you're up 6-2, so there is naturally that maybe that in the back of your head, hey, let's just eat some time here. However, there is also the kind of the double-edged sword of you don't want to get out of your game plan either, right? You don't want to you don't want to change things up, because then you get back on your heels and nasty things can happen, right?
Absolutely, yep.
It's that fine line, isn't it?
Yeah, we'll see what they do. Like I said, they've saved. That's the first goal so far this quarter, and there's been good looks both ways.
Muskegon now trying to keep it in and get something going here. This is Crane. Crane working around right side, being hassled there, and nice steal, nice defense played by the Hawks. That was number 3. That was Cirilli. Shot, goal! First shot off the boards, and then the second shot in a goal.
Crane.
It is Crane. I'll tell you, good work by Crane. He's worked hard tonight. Finally got rewarded, right?
You can see why he's he's on the verge of playing at the next level up. He is. I would not want to be a defender on that Iowa defensive unit there trying to mark him. He's a big body. He takes up space. He's technically good with his feet. And as you just saw there, he's got a knack to know where the ball's going to be. And that's exactly what it was, is find the ball after it came off. And put it in the back of the net.
And the thing is, usually sometimes you think big guys maybe a little bit slow of foot. Not so much with him, right?
No, I mean, if you see him outside in an 80 by 120 field, 11 v 11, that might be the case. But this is perfect for him. You don't have to move as much. There's shorter shifts, and he knows how to exactly play this game.
And this is Ariel battling on the kick and a nice save there and a goal. So just like that, boy, talk about fortunes changing. So now you got a 6-4 game in the span of what, less than a minute.
I think it was Crawford. Crawford fouled that in.
So Crawford, again, great in hockey. I would call it forechecking. And what is the soccer term for just keeping the pressure on?
Yeah, just keeping the pressure on, and like you said, follow that ball in. Good things will happen. And honestly, was it Aleo was the one that made that goal happen.
He
was
did.
A couple times that he took that off, and goalkeeper a little bit out of position, but hey, we'll take it.
So Muskegon battling their way back now. Trailed 6-2 at one time here, and they have battled their way back to within 2, 6-4 with 5:56 left.
Talk about 20 seconds there is all it took.
Yeah.
18.
That's Crawford's second goal of the season. And now Muskegon's got new life. This has been where, I'm not saying they took the foot off the gas, but all of a sudden they start feeling good about themselves, and Iowa has, up to this point, been able to come back and kind of go for the juggler with a goal.
Yeah.
And Muskegon's just got to keep the momentum and keep the pressure on, right?
Absolutely, yeah. No, you've got the Iowa team kind of scrambled right now. They're arguing. They're a little bit discombobulated, and keep the foot on the gas here, Muskegon.
This is Mendez for Muskegon, kicking it back to Crawford. Brandon Crawford now to Dutcher. We've got 5:29 left in this third quarter, action-packed third quarter. Dutcher working his way all by himself. Up to Mendez. Little behind the back kick. Dutcher puts it on goal. Nice save there by House. Out in front. Now House is going to kick it over to Carneo. Back comes Iowa now. And working it down in the corner is number 18. That's Amita. Comes over here to the left side, and now it's going to go all the way back into the Iowa zone, and House is going to kick it back to his mate.
Looks like everyone's looking to get a line change here.
Yeah. Here comes Crane back on, and he made a pest of himself there. Gets it back over to number 10. That is
good save.
Malaguez, who's already had a goal tonight for Iowa. Working it down left side. This is the guy that's been the killer. Diagas works it over in the left side. Diagas may not be in this league very long.
No. Not if he keeps playing like this.
St. Louis might be looking at him all the way out of the goal. Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you, Hanchett was beat, but getting in there was Spies, and Spies made the save.
Yeah, put a save
right
on
there.
His stat sheet right there, because
Wow.
that's exactly what happened.
And that was that moment where, you see where Iowa takes control again, and boy, that was a huge play by Spies. 6-4 still is the score with 4:06 left in the third. Freitas now kicks it down in the Muskegon zone, battling for it left side, over in the corner, and coming back to number 13, this is Ariano. Ariano bringing up. He's got Schmidt on his right side. Schmidt's going to have it. Kicks it. A little high. But Spies is right there to flag it down for Muskegon. Spies inside to Schmidt. Schmidt couldn't quite get enough of the foot on it to redirect it. And now he's going to leave, and back comes Iowa.
Boy, it's been action-packed here for the last
It has. Pedro Journo with it. Gets it up in the Muskegon zone to Merlis. Merlos with it now. Gets it again over in the corner. Kicking it away is Crawford. Journo has it back in his zone. 3:13 left, 6-4. Iowa with the lead. This is Patuza with the ball for Iowa. Gets it over to Oliveira. Back to Patuza. Patuza to Journo. Journo, Patuza. Journo has it. Midfield. Kicks it over in the corner. Getting something going. And now it's loose, and there comes Aleo. Aleo gets it over to Crawford. Up now over the right side. Now this is Flores. Flores has a man breaking on the right side. Oh, he just kicked it up into the netting. I think he was trying to work it off the glass to get it to Aleo to see what's going to happen there. So Iowa will have the ball. The Demon Hawks with 2:33 left in this one, 6-4. Iowa with the lead. At one time leading 6-2 before Muskegon scored 2 unanswered goals in less than a minute. Crawford header. And this is, Brandon Edwards going down, and there's going to be a foul on Iowa.
Probably the right call there. I know that a couple of the Iowa players there didn't seem to agree with that, but
Diagas, I think, picked up the foul. He's already got a hat trick here tonight, adding to his league leading totals. Here comes Cornell header into his own goaltender, House. And now House is going to fling it. And it's in the Muskegon zone. Header by Edwards. A little bicycle kick there by Muskegon. And this is Crane. Kyle Crane with it. Kicks it back to Crawford. Crawford is actually breaking towards the goal. Had to come back for it. Over to Dutcher, right side. Dutcher, he's in alone. Nice save. House coming out to knock that one out, cutting down the angle. Crawford, nice block there by Diagos. And now we have a battle for it over in the corner. This is number 16. That's Texter, Braden Texter.
Played at Davenport. Couple of the guys on the Risers team here are on the Davenport squad, or have played for Davenport.
And now you got Muskegon with the ball, and now Hanchuk comes way out of the net, almost putting himself in a position of being an extra attacker. And he's going to drop back a little bit now as the ball is at midfield. Hatchet gets it back. And now he's going to kick it down. He's got a man in the header by Cornell, as he had looked like he had Pill breaking for the net. This is Spees working it up, gets it back. Back to Mendez. Mendez battling for it, stolen away by Iowa. 2-on-1 here if they hurry. And Spees gets in the way again. Second big play for Spees.
Great track back by him.
Cody Loss now has it. We're down under a minute left, 49 seconds, 6-4, Iowa with the lead. Spees working over to Loss. Trying to get something started here in the final 39 seconds. And now comes Crane. Kyle Crane.
Such a hard matchup.
He is, yeah. Goes down.
Great defending, though, there.
Shot right on. I'll tell you, House had it originally and then kind of lost it, but got it back. Now over in the corner, this is Muskegon. This is Crane with it. Crane off the glass, off the boards, I should say. And here's Journo with it for Iowa with 14 seconds left. And they'll probably just drain the clock here. Although Schmidt coming up to make him play honest. And now it is Spees with 4 seconds, down to 3 seconds, down to 2 seconds. Boy.
I don't think he knew the time.
Yeah, he kind of lost control of lost attention on the clock. And the third quarter is in the books, but Muskegon, Dylan, has battled back 6-4. Looks a lot better than 6-2 did. 6-2 was the verge of extinction. 6-4 is a whole different complexion.
Yeah, you've got to be happy for Michael Vollmer there and the effort that the guys gave. Those 2 goals at 6:35 and 6:07 back-to-back like that can really pump you up getting into this last 15 minutes. And you can kind of see it with Muskegon. They're playing with a little bit more pep in their step, and it's almost like the Demon Hawks are a little bit on their heels now.
Yeah, it was funny. We were just kind of talking about that. What is the right mixture there? If you have a 6-2 lead, I mean, you want to kind of work on the clock a little bit, but you don't want to get out of your rhythm. You don't want to knock that aggressiveness totally out of your game. And I thought you made an interesting point there when things started going a little bit rough there for the Demon Hawks. All of a sudden, they start pointing fingers at one another. Hey, you weren't there. You didn't do this. And boy, that's music to the ears of the opponent when you can get a team to kind of turn on itself and kind of sabotage themselves from within, I guess, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's kind of the double-edged sword. Like you don't know what you should be doing if you have that big lead like that. Should you just be holding? Should you be looking for the best opportunity? Is it business as usual? Like, what do you do? And I think that you look at Iowa right now, and they don't know. They don't know what they should do, and that's kind of where that confusion's come from, and that's kind of where Muskegon has stepped in and kind of asserted themselves and kind of has this. I mean, you could see them right now in the halftime or the quarter speech here. It was like they're pumped up, they're fired up, they want to get this thing going. Where the body language now on Iowa is, like, you know, we're still up 2, we're all right, like, let's figure this out. And I see a very engaged team in the Risers right now that looks ready to battle here.
It's interesting. I was watching Coach Vollmer during that time out there, and of course he's talking to his team, but about midway through that, one of the players, I didn't quite catch a number, kind of took over, and he was making some points, and I thought that's pretty neat from a coach to, you know, some coaches are going to say, hey, wait a minute, this is my team. But to be able to take input, and you know Vollmer better than I do, but it looks like it's a guy that, hey, he's going to be open to any suggestions. Those guys are on the field. They got a feel for the game, right?
Yeah, no, he's not coaching, 14 to 18-year-old kids. You know, these are grown men that, have just about as much experience in the game that he does, and, give them their worth as well. And, it shows a great locker room. It shows a great team. It shows a great commitment to what they're trying to build here. And I'm looking forward to this 15 minutes here.
All right, Muskegon has fought their way back 6-4. Demon Hawks undefeated on the season. Got off to a 2-0 start. Muskegon looking for their first win of the season as they went to Iowa and were treated rudely by the 2 Iowa teams, the Raptors and the Demon Hawks. Trying to get a little bit of revenge on the Demon Hawks. Oh, here we go, 3-on-1. A golden opportunity here but it's kicked off the glass, and Hanchett has it for Muskegon. Gets it out to Alayo. Down in the corner, Flores was down there, couldn't quite flag it down, and now House has it.
It's tough to take it off the boards like that. He was a little bit kind of caught there.
Iowa kind of looking up at the clock a little bit. Just underway here in the fourth quarter. Ball's going to be kicked out of bounds. 6-4. Iowa with the lead. 3-goal hat trick by Ricardo Diagas, the league's leading scorer. The difference in this one, and now we have a whistle.
A lot of chatting over there.
Well, the official takes control there, right? He says, hey, I'm the one with the whistle here. You don't have to like me, but you got to respect me, right?
Absolutely.
Down in the corner now, and picking it up is Hanchett. Kicks it down in the Muskegon zone, and this one's going to go into the crowd. So we're back where we started.
Yeah, it's, the play is getting a little sloppy. Like I said, it's I don't know if the Demon Hawks have figured out what they need to do right now, but and you can tell what the Risers are trying to do. They're trying to press. They're trying to get forward.
Hawks with the ball. Bringing it back out now is number 18. That is Almeida. To Journo. Kicks it back in his own zone. And now we have a battle for it. It's going to come back into the Iowa zone. All the way back for it is number 22. That is going to be Patuza.
Looks like it's going to be a free kick here for the Risers in a good spot here.
Looks like Aldoni is going to be the guy with the ball making the decision on, does he kick it on, does he try to work it? He's got 2 over to the right side. He's got Dutcher in the slot. Now Dutcher comes out. Kick by Flores. Boy, poor Coco. He was right on in the first half. He was putting some blister in the nets, but boy, he's been missing high here recently, hasn't he?
You talk about fatigue, and that's exactly what you do. You go through your normal fundamentals of how to strike a ball, and when you go, great save.
Yeah.
When you go through this game and you're tired, and sometimes those fundamentals aren't there like they used to be. That muscle memory isn't quite there.
Mendez kicks it to Edwards. Edwards brings it back as he gets up to Flores. Flores trying for a break here, kicks it over midfield, but can't get back to it. Coco doing a good job, but Iowa clearing it. Edwards, he's going to intercept it for Muskegon. Then he goes down. Now we got a tangle for it. Iowa comes away with it. Shot, and on the quick kick save there by Hanchett. My goodness.
Wasn't that a great save?
Wow. And now Iowa with the ball again. battling for it all the way back down into the Iowa zone. The goaltender House has it. Gets it to Oliveira. Or Oliveira. Not sure I'm mentioning that, pronouncing that correctly. I'm sure I'm not, but my apologies. This is Journo. Journo with the ball. Over left side to number 22. That is going to be Patuzza. Had a goal in the first, had the first goal of the game, actually.
Yeah.
We're down to 12 minutes and 7 seconds left. Ball kicked into the Muskegon zone. Coming all the way back to Patuzza. Working it over here to Oliveira. In, and Hanchett will pick it up. He's wanting...
I don't know if that's the best decision. You had Cody Loss just kind of waiting for the ball to possess it out, but
right.
Not the time for that. You start getting down to 3 minutes, though.
Yeah. 11:33 left. Cornell is got it back. Cornell's, he's been worth his weight in gold to Iowa defensively.
Yeah.
Made a couple of great blocks out front of House. Goaltender's best friend. Salgado with it. Now going to work on the clock a little bit. House has it, and he's going to kick it up to number 2. That is Nascimento. Left side, right on, and again a great save by Hanchett. Boy, that guy is...
he's gotten a lot better as the game. Oh.
And we have a foul, and I wonder if there's going to be a card here. That was a pretty hard hit. As,
to his face, too.
Yeah, Aleo goes down, and yeah, he took a shot to the face.
Yep, there's our first card of the day.
A blue card. Blue card is going to go against Iowa. It looks like Freitas. And Freitas says, hey, look, his face just got in the way of my hand. What could I do about that, right?
Yeah.
Freitas,
he doesn't seem too happy about it,
no.
but I think that's the right call. Anytime you get those arms extended to the face, it's...
Right. So now Muskegon has a power play, right? 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
See if they can make hay here.
This would be great to capitalize on this. Yeah,
Well,
defensively, what Iowa's going to want to do is either play a box or like a diamond. It looks like they're in that diamond formation, and just keep everything away, you know, and keep everything in front of them. And Muskegon's going to want to try to draw one of those players out and find where the lane is. This is something you definitely practice, so we'll see what happens here.
Meanwhile, the Iowa bench trying to get the attention of the officials to further discuss something. They are not satisfied with...
I'm seeing 2 penalties. It says 4 minutes and 2 minutes.
Wow.
I think it's probably only, I don't know, maybe it's just...
You know, I wonder, could the 4 minutes be because of the severity of the hit, you think? Is that a... But
maybe. I think it would have been yellow.
Yeah,
then,
you're right.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Okay, so there's 4 Iowa players out there, so it doesn't affect as far as the people on the field. Okay, so I still don't know what the 4-minute penalty is, but all of a sudden the ball is out front. This is Crawford battling for it. Working it over left side, and now this is going to be Patuzza with it. Patuzza kicking it back. They're trying to kill off a power play here, even though there's over 4 minutes of penalties there. They're still only just 1 man short. This is Mendez over to Flores. Flores back to Dutcher. Dutcher now comes to Mendez eventually. Flores kicks it. Oh, my goodness. He's zeroing in. That was off the crossbar. He got it down to where it went off the crossbar. He almost snuck that one in there, Dylan.
He did. And no, that was a great rip by Coco there. Well, he's had just a handful of just beauties of shots today.
Yeah, he had a couple that were just kind of out of the park here. He kind of lost his aim a little bit, but it looks like he's zeroing in back in it. 10 minutes left here in this game. This is Iowa playing a man short for another 56 seconds. And this is going to be Petuza getting back to Muskegon.
Drew him out. Let's get him in.
This is Flores working it over to Mendez. Mendez directing traffic, 39 seconds on the power play. To Flores. Flores kicks it, header saved there by Nascimento. All the way out of the goal was a hand check. Pitt meets it at midfield. There's a kick and a nice block there. Goes out of bounds, blocked by number 4, Cowie Salgado.
We gotta start going. It'd be nice to get another good look here in the next 20 seconds.
And a shot knocked down in front. Here comes Crawford. He's going to try one. Crawford still battling for it. And it's a goal by Flores. Coco Flores. We said he was zeroing in on it, but give Crawford a lot of credit there. Crawford kept the initial pressure on, block out in front. And then Flores was open for the goal, his second goal of the season. The 9-11 mark. 9-11 left in this fourth period. And that cuts the lead to 6-5. So Muskegon, Dylan, has scored 3 unanswered goals since they were down 6-2.
Yeah. This is great. This is exactly what you want, especially from that power play. Everyone's back to full strength. Oh, maybe they're not. Yeah, they are. He's down there. Back to full strength now, and you know this is where, what do I say, the rubber meets the road here.
All right. So turn of fate here for Iowa. Comfortable 6-2 lead. They were cruising, and then a funny thing happened on the way to a victory.
Like I said, I talked about the body language of the Iowa players. Even their coaches right now are kind of have that shrugged shoulders, like, what's going on? This is not
right. And you know when you start losing a big lead, all of a sudden there's the panic feature too, right?
Yep.
It's like all of a sudden now you got to stop this. And there's a shot. Oh, just missed by Spees. Header back to the goalie House, and House fires it. Comes all the way down. Header. Oh, nice block by Brandon Edwards. And now the ball comes back. This is Iowa trying to put on the pressure. Nascimento gets it back to Carneo. And then all the way back to Jarno. 8:36 left in this one. 6-5. Muskegon's battle back from a 6-2 deficit to cut it to within 1. Here's Freitas, fresh out of the penalty box. Freitas works it right side. Oh, there's a kick. That's by Diagas, who has 3 goals tonight, and a nice block out in front. Diagas has it. Ricardo kicks it over right side, shot, and a save. Oh, I thought that was going to go behind him and go in, but Lady Luck was on the side of the Risers there, stayed out of the net.
Hanich has got better as this game's gone.
He really has.
He's getting comfortable. You can tell that he's gaining a whole lot of confidence.
So now they get the free kick, and it looks like Freitas with 8:12 left. Muskegon trailing by 1. Pass over right side. It's going to go off the boards, and this is Schmidt and Edwards battling for it, but it comes away to Petuza. And now shot and out front.
Oh,
they clear it. And all the way out is House, and he's going to kick it off the rafters, so that'll be Muskegon's ball. We've seen some high kicks here. You know what's amazing? I just thought of this is you have the big scoreboard here that kind of hangs down. We've had balls kicked off the rafters, but nobody's been able to plaster the scoreboard. You'd think that'd be a lot easier to hit than the rafters here.
Yeah, especially with those goalkeepers playing that ball out with their arms or their legs. It's
right.
I mean, it's not like that thing is up in a big stadium like that. It's hanging down quite well. So,
all right, going to give you a chance to coach both teams here a little bit. First of all, let's go in the on the sideline of the Iowa Demon Hawks. We haven't talked a whole lot about their strategy session. I mean, we have a little bit about where they're at. What are they talking?
They just seem lost right now. So if I'm their coach, we got to start pressing. We got to get this ball forward. When we were at our best is when we were pushing 5 guys forward and using together. But right now, the body language on them is just defeat, or they're just trying to wait till this clock runs out. And if I'm Muskegon, they've had a great game plan the second half. have the 3 unanswered goals right now. They're playing with confidence. We just talked about the goalkeeper playing with, as the game gone on, he's played phenomenal. Huge save after huge save. And, you get this next tying goal, we're going to have a very interesting time here.
Yeah, you've got it to within 1, so you're still in that situation where it's going to get interesting as we get down in the final. Start thinking about pulling a goalie around I guess it all depends, but.
Yeah, I mean, if you're down 1 with about 2 minutes left, I think that's probably the right choice. But, we'll see.
Boy, you hit it on the head with Aiden Hanchett. He and goaltender Lucas Lobo really fresh additions to this Muskegon team. I mean, they have just literally gotten here.
Yeah.
And talk about getting your feet wet in a hurry. Especially when you're down early. They were down, 3-0, right?
Yep.
And it could have been questioning yourself, and they battled themselves back here. There's a shot right side. Nice block there by House. And it's a return kick by Schmidt. And the ball comes out, battle for it, and this is Schmidt battling for it again. The veteran, the wily veteran, gets his hand on it, but they're not going to call it a handball. And now we have an injured. That's going to be Aleo going down again, but he gets up. Cody Loss has it over to Aleo. Aleo scored what seems like a week and a half ago, right?
Yeah.
The first goal from Muskegon. Here comes Flores. Flores works it right side, kicks. Oh my goodness! Again in the crease was the number 22. That was Pantuza. And I'll tell you what, Iowa has done a great job. So has Muskegon of having their goalies back.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what you're supposed to do, but it doesn't always work that way. And now here comes Muskegon back on the attack. This is Pill with it. Pill battling for it. And this is Pantuza coming back with it over to Jarno. 6:51 left. Muskegon trailing by 1. Over here left side. This is Nascimento. Works it down in the corner. Picked up there by Hanchett. Aiden Hanchett. Going to roll it, and then he's going to kick it. He's all the way out of his goal. And he's going to kick it into the Iowa zone. Header, right on goal. A header by Dutcher, and House had to catch that one.
That was a tough one to track down, too.
Goalie almost getting an assist on a goal there. And now we have Diagos kicking it back behind him, and Muskegon, Dutcher has it. Dutcher being hassled, looking for a friendly face. Finally kicks it back to Ariano. Ariano has it. We're coming up on 6 minutes left in this one. 6-5. Iowa with the lead. Dutcher off his chest. And now he's going to work it up to Ariano. Ariano
go quick.
Gets it over to Johnson. Johnson, Jarno getting a leg on it, kicking it away. And back comes Diagos to Jarno.
It's a little late to see him there, but it was open on a 2v1. That's a big pass to make, though.
Cornell now has it for Iowa. Time ticking away, 5:30 left. 1 goal game. Started out 3-0 in favor of Iowa. Built it up to a 6-2 lead, and Muskegon has battled back to within 1. Down in the corner, that is number 18, that is Almeida, battling against Crawford. Almeida kicks it back out to number 4, that's Salgado. Salgado lets it fly, and that's going to go up in the netting, and it'll be Muskegon's ball with 5 minutes and 7 seconds left. Well, the crowd, the hardy souls that did make it through the snowstorm, have been treated to a heck of a game here.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody got their admission well worth today.
Kyle Crane with it. Kicks behind him to Edwards. Edwards back to Crane. Crane shoots and scores! We are tied! Great work between Edwards and Crane as Crane nails his second goal of the evening with 4:46 left in this one to tie this puppy up at 6 apiece.
I was going to say, I was wondering when Crane was going to get back in, and because he's so dangerous, so dangerous.
Man, it has been a long journey back from Muskegon. Down 3-0 in the first quarter. Down 6-2 here in the second half. Looked like they were giving up for dead. Great timeout called at that point by Coach Vollmer.
Yep.
And whatever words of wisdom he had, he better bottle that speech, huh?
This is going well for Muskegon.
We are tied at 6 with 4:42 left. Whole new ball game now.
What a great goal.
This is House. Kicks it down in the corner. Iowa with the ball now. They've been back on their heels here. And gets it up in front now. Battle for it. That is DeGazis, who has the 3 goals. They certainly want to get it on his foot if they can.
Yeah, they're going to be looking for him for sure.
This is Freitas working. Freitas against Loss. And now here comes Muskegon. They cook it back. Bodies all over the place. No call any place. Ball is down, and here comes Journo with it. Journo gets it back to midfield, and that was Aleo putting his head to it. This is Mendez. Shoots off the glass, no. And Mendez following his own shot. Battle for it. Journo battling for it. Comes out to DeGazis. Yeah, man open. That's Freitas. Getting back defensively is Johnson. And they break it up. Here comes Johnson back.
Good defense there by the Risers.
3:31. Johnson goes down. This is Flores. Nobody was over there. I think he thought Johnson might be able to break, but Johnson got tangled up and was down. Here comes House. Now it's in the attack zone for Iowa. Gets it over. Man getting behind the defense and picking it up wisely was Hanchett for Muskegon.
Well, great ball there by Hanchett, too.
Up to Dutcher.
This is where Dutcher's dangerous, right in the middle here.
Ball stolen away, though, by Iowa. Dutcher not giving up. It goes back to Journo. We're down to 2:56 left. We're tied at 6. Here comes Petuza. Over, man, outside. Oh, great save again by Hanchett. Man, oh, man. Holy smokes, has this guy come on, huh?
That was a beautiful save.
Wow. All right, Iowa trying to keep the pressure on here. Man in the corner, that is going to be Almeida. And he shoots a nice block by Crawford. Here comes a shot, and that's going to be high off the glass. And another battle for it, and this is going to be Dutcher just trying to clear it, and it's going to go into the stands with 2:23 left. We are tied at 6. Well, got your heart pills handy here?
Yes, this is going to get interesting here. You know what? I think the best thing here is that Muskegon has stayed so organized in the back, and those balls that have been ricocheted and off the boards, and they've stayed on them. Where in the first 3 quarters, they didn't. They kind of lost their eye for it, and you can tell that they're playing with a purpose right now.
All right, free kick here. This is Freitas. Diego Freitas, and another whistle. They're pointing back. They were pointing back towards House. I don't know what that's all about,
I think
but it looks
took
like
too long to take it.
Okay, so it's going to be Muskegon's ball.
Oh, good transition here.
Spies now. Spies with the ball, gets it over to Mendez. Mendez looks left, shoots right on. House makes the save. Now he's looking to roll it to somebody. Now he's just going to chuck it. Gets it to Crawford. Crawford kicks it back into the Muskegon zone to Mendez. Mendez is trying to fight his way. Shoot by Spies. Score! I don't know if that went all the way through or not. I don't know if Spies actually got the goal or if it was tipped out in front.
I think he put it through.
Okay. Wow, what a comeback by the Muskegon Risers. 7-6. We'll check with PA announcer Lee Andrews for sure. But I think you're right. I think that was Spies. I thought maybe it might have been deflected there.
Yeah.
But
it may have been, and maybe the goalkeeper touched it. But if I'm Muskegon right now, I think this is going to do it. Like, you have the goal. I don't think you need to press any higher. Now you need to get your best defensive unit out there and kind of hold and set somebody up high to hold the ball and keep 4 back. This has been since the 6-minute mark they fought back. Wow.
Yeah. They were kind of giving up for dead here, 6-2. Well, giving up for dead except for those guys,
yes,
right?
Yeah, absolutely. Man, tons of credit there to Vollmer and the boys here.
Well, now if you're Iowa, you definitely got to be thinking. I'll see if I can hear who for sure. I'm thinking that's Spies, but see what Lee Andrews says. Okay, I guess he's not saying that, but I will give it to Spees because
I think so.
I think you're right.
There's Johnny on the spot there.
1:59 left. So if you're Iowa, you have to figure out now when you're pulling your goalie, which I would think would be.
They're talking about it. They've already put a goalkeeper jersey on. Was it 31 or 11?
Oh, if it's 11, that would be their big guy. I guess Diagos.
Yeah, I think that's who is on it. I can't tell. No, it's 31. 31.
Oh, that's going to be Freitas.
Freitas. He had the first goal, right? Or
yeah.
He had the third goal.
Yep, he did. Yeah, Diagos has had 3.
So
he's
yeah,
been relatively quiet.
So now he has the ability to use his hands when he's in the box, but they've also added that extra field player where, as you know, their keeper that they had in probably is not as good as technically as he is, but
right.
We'll see. Yeah, again, if you're Muskegon, you put your best 5 defensive unit or maybe 4. You keep somebody up high, so if they do get the ball, there's an outlet there, and you just kind of hold time. And if there's an opportunity to go to the net, you go, but don't do anything foolish.
Yep. Good eyes there, Brandon. Was Spees. All right, here comes Corneo. Works it over to Freitas. We're down to 1:49 left. Muskegon now up 7-6. Battled back from a 6-2 deficit. Battled back from a 3-0 deficit in the first quarter. Freitas works it back over to Corneo, to Freitas. Kicks it on. Nope, not quite. And now a shot. Oh, nice save there. Well, actually, it was a nice deflection there by Muskegon's. I think that might be Texter. I'm not sure if it's Texter or Robbie Johnston. Freitas has it. We're down to 1:18. Corneo, Freitas, and Corneo.
Muskegon's doing a good job not opening any of those lanes up.
Batuza over in the corner. That's the guy with the 3 goals, Diagos. He's going to figure into this, you would think.
Yeah.
Pass over to Corneo. Shot, and it's going to be off the boards. Comes all the way back, and Corneo has it. We're under a minute left, 55 seconds. Freitas down in the corner. Shot clears the crease, up, and a little reverse kick by Corneo. We're down to 45 seconds. Freitas has it over to Diagos. Diagos 3 goals on the night, leader in scoring. Shoots, and it's off the crossbar. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, Diagos gets it back. We're down to 28 seconds.
I'm not letting him shoot again. Yeah, good step there by Dutcher.
Shot right in the crease, and a shot and a goal. Wait a minute. Yeah, they're going to call it a good goal. Hanchett trying to dispute it, but I believe that was Corneo on the goal there, wasn't it?
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, so Corneo has played some fantastic defense. Has now got rewarded for the goal here. We're down to just 20 seconds, 20.1 seconds left. And that's a heartbreaker for Muskegon.
That's tough, but again, I think that's the right call by Coach Vollmer there. I don't think you try to play him straight up. You put your best defensive unit in, and yeah, it wasn't a fluke goal. It was a nice, hard-working goal there by Iowa, but now you just kind of lick your wounds and take this thing into overtime.
Yeah, Speaks bat. Hang on. That's meant to, nice block there by Edwards. Coming down is Flores. Ooh! Loses his balance, down to 1 second, and this time is going to expire here. And we are headed to overtime. Wow. Holy smokes, what a game. Muskegon battling back from an early 3-0 deficit and then a 6-2 deficit to not only tie it but actually take the lead on the goal by Henry Spees at 1:59 with 1:59 left in the game to make it 7-6, but the Iowa team able to pull their goaltender, get that extra attacker, and really just kept the pressure on Muskegon until Corneo was able to tally with 20 seconds left and tie this game at 7 apiece.
Got to kind of give credit there to the Demon Hawks for finding a way to get that goal. I mean, it was under pressure. They had a couple good looks. Muskegon stayed composed, but it ended up finding the back of the net. And now we will see what happens here. And let's hear. First goal win, so it is golden goal. So as soon as we have a goal, we are done.
10-minute sudden death And then refresh me on the rules here, Dylan. If they play to a tie at 10, does it just go down as a tie? Is that how that works?
That's a good question. I am not sure if they will do a shootout or if they will play another
you
period.
Know what?
Or
I think I have, now that I'm trying to use my foggy memory here, I do think shootout plays into it.
Yeah.
So, yep, okay. Yeah, I think you do the 10-minute sudden death and then you get the shootout.
No. It's not like the NFL where it ends in a tie, or
right.
Normally in outdoor soccer or on 11s you would just play it to a tie and be done. And we're going to have a little bit more action now.
Goal scorers for Iowa: Pentuza, Malaguez, Freitas. Diagas has 3 goals for Iowa. Then you have, I think then there was that drought until, gosh, you know what? After Diagas scored his 3rd goal, there was no more scoring for Iowa until Cornell scored with 20 seconds left. So that's a drought from, let's count this up, from the 7:09 mark when they were up 6-2 to 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So almost 7 minutes went before they were able to score again. Muskegon's tallies, Cesar Alayo got them on the board in the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, Eldoni Mendez on a nice rebound from Flores. He scored. And then Kyle Crane has added a couple of goals here tonight. Moses Crawford. Flores got a goal of his own. Spee's got that big goal to put Muskegon in the lead for a while. And now we're all tied up at 7-7 here, heading into the extra frame.
We got in here Flores and Dutcher, and
they got their scorers.
Yep.
They got their offensive line in there. Crawford works it back to Edwards. Edwards back to Hanchett. Hanchett now is just going to kick it down, and Mendez kicks it down farther to Flores. Flores hustles. Flores trying to get position. Shoots. Scores! He scores with, goodness, 9:42.
That didn't take long at all.
9:42 into the overtime, or 9:42 was on the clock in the overtime, and Miguel Flores gets his 2nd goal, and that 2nd is the game winner.
Well,
wow.
what a beautiful touch back into play to give himself a better angle, beat the keeper near post. Man, wonderful. Just soak it in, young man.
Yeah. Well, all that brain power by us trying to figure out what's going to go, and Flores says, "Hey, forget it, fellas. I'll take care of it about 10 seconds into this or whatever."
Game real quick there.
Yeah, man, oh man, what a comeback by Muskegon here tonight to entertain the home fans on their home opener. Can't say enough. Came back from a 3-0 deficit before the crowd settled in. Great credit to Aiden Hanchett, the goaltender. He and Lucas Lobo just fresh off the bus. I mean, this is their first introduction into Muskegon. Hanchett comes in, gives up 3 goals in the first quarter. Not saying that they were goals, his fault.
Right.
Just victims of what happened there. But then all of a sudden, Muskegon starts. Then they get in this game where they do score a goal, but the Iowa team was always able to come back. And then eventually, Diagas got on fire, the league leading scorer, got his 3 goals in from the hat trick. And then Muskegon took over and scored, 5 unanswered goals.
Yeah. Man, wow, this game had a little bit of everything, didn't it?
It sure did. So, well, I'll tell you what, I think we've had a long night here. And Billy, man, Bill Mann, our producer, he has put in some rough weeks here. I know Cal is under the weather. Bill Mann has been really under the weather as well, but came in. We had some character building in, so we had Bill fighting through this one. We had Matt Taggart coming in relief to bring us our equipment because our first guy, Jesse King, and we thank goodness he's all right, was in a car accident going back to get some equipment. You couldn't have had more stuff happen here tonight. And in the end, Muskegon rewards the fans here with a win. So, well, we were a little bit late getting on. Our apologies for that, but all things considered, just the fact that we were able to endure and get that on. So, a thumbs up to the team, guys. Great job. To you as well, coming in on short notice.
Well, thanks for having me.
Tell you what, we gave you a pretty good game, didn't we?
This has been a great game, and And as you watch, the Iowa players are going around giving handshakes to the fans right now, which
They
is
are.
cool to see.
It is. Yeah, good sportsmanship on their part as they are part of it. The Muskegon they'll go back on the road next weekend to Iowa. They're going to play the Raptors and these same Demon Hawks again next week. And then their next home game will be January 6th. I believe they have a Friday and Saturday date against Rochester. So that is where they at. The Muskegon will improve to 1-2 in the North Division, and that's going to tighten things up a little bit as the Iowa team, Demon Hawks, will now fall to 2-1. So that's going to tighten things up a little bit, make things interesting in this M2 League Soccer North Division. For my broadcast partner, Dylan, great job. Thanks again. Hopefully we'll be able to work together again. Not that we don't want Cal to get sick again, but hey, it's good that you pitched in. Again, can't say enough about Bill Mann and Matt Tarquette and also Jesse King. We wish him the best on this as well. The final score for the final time went all the way to overtime. The Muskegon Risers victorious with an 8-7 win. And that's going to do it for us. On behalf of CatchMark SportsNet, have yourself a safe trip home, everybody.
Rewind selector.